welcome to my channel. My name is Caitlin, and for today's video, I want to address this question. Do you like books with multiple points of view? In other words, books that switch from one character's perspective in one chapter, and then they go be character's perspective in the next one, and then they either have another character, or they go back to the first character, or... Yes, that's the type of books I am talking about. For those of you who don't know, my debut novel, A Choice for Essence, is a multi-point of view novel, and so will the other books in the series will also be as well. And since I'm actually currently kind of planning and drafting book 2, this question has actually been in my mind a lot, like how many people actually like reading books with multiple points of view? And I want to address that question, maybe start a kind of a dialogue or a discussion here on my channel about this topic. So let's just get right into the first question. Do you like books with multiple points of view? I personally love them. Actually, I like to read books with multiple points of view, but I actually like writing them more. If I pick up a book and it's got multiple points of view, I'm like, great, perfect. But if I also pick up a book with one point of view, I'm also like, great, perfect. Like, it doesn't, when I'm reading a book, it doesn't really matter, but when I'm writing a book, that's when it changes, because I actually prefer writing in multiple points of view. So A Choice for Essence actually didn't start out as a multiple point of view book. It was just written, or it was just following my protagonist, Essie, for the first draft. But then for the second draft, I got this idea that maybe I should split it between different characters, because there's a lot going on in the story, and this stuff needs to be told, but Essie isn't necessarily there for these events and stuff and things happening. So that is why I decided to go with telling this story becoming a multi-perspective story. And actually, once I turned the book into multi-point of view, I actually found that I liked it better than when I was just writing from Essie's perspective. I really like just getting inside different characters' heads. It makes the drafting and writing process a little more exciting, because for me, when I'm in the one character's head for so long, I don't say I necessarily get bored. I don't know, like because my other work in progress, Annie, is written in just Annie's perspective, and there's times where I'm like, oh, I feel like this scene or this event would have been really cool to see from this character's perspective or whatnot, but I'm not turning Annie into a multiple point of view book, because it's really about Annie. But my Essence series, the entire series, will be in multiple perspectives because I really just enjoy it. Question number 2 is for the writers out there. And I kind of want to know, is writing multiple points of view more difficult than single point of view, or do you kind of find it the same? For me, it's yes and no. It all comes down to the outlining, I guess, for me. Like, when I was turning A Choice for Essence into a multi-perspective book, it was quite easy for me to do that because I'd planned it out and I knew what I needed out of all these characters, and I was really excited because I had written Essie's perspective. Even though I made some changes to her perspective, I did write her perspective. I'm quite excited to introduce these new characters, ones that I only saw from Essie's point of view, so I was really excited to tell their version of the story and what they go through during the story. Now that I'm drafting book 2, I am kind of having issues, more so because there's new characters in book 2 and I don't know them yet, and it's hard trying to get to know all these different points of view when I don't know any of them. And so I'm kind of struggling to write this book, because like when I was first drafting Essence, I was only getting to know Essie, and so I did that in the first draft, and then so when it came to writing the second draft and adding the other points of views in, I already knew them through Essie, but also was able to it was so much easier changing book 1 into multiple it was just so much easier back then than it is now, but I'm still enjoying the process with book 2. But yeah, that's my take on it. What's your take on? Is it more difficult to write multiple points of view or not? Finally, my last question for writers again is, how do you go about writing multiple points of view? Do you still kind of just write the story like as it happens, like character A, character B, character A, character C, and just goes as the, like, follow the plot line? Or do you write like one character's perspective all throughout the story and then go and write the other one and then the other one and then put them all together? And or is there another method to your madness? Because I just want to know, more so just out of curiosity, because I keep saying this, and I'm sorry if I'm repetitive, but when I was changing A Choice for Innocence into multi-perspective, I went about it going like, kind of, this is the beginning, and I went all the way to the end and just switched between the characters as their chapters came up. But I'm finding with book 2, I know some of the characters' storylines like better than the other characters. One storyline that's been inside my head kind of since I've started to think about book 2, and I can't wait to write that storyline. Other storylines that I'm still kind of figuring out where they're going, and so I've actually gonna try writing one character's perspective and then writing another character's perspective as I get to like kind of figure out them. And I feel like it's gonna work for me this way. So, anyways, I am rambling. That's all the questions I have today. If you have any questions that you want to have discussed, you can put them in the comments below. And if you have answers to any of the questions I asked, please put them in the comments below. I would really like to start a discussions here on my channel. I'm sorry if it's rambly, it's just how I am. I ramble. But if you like this video, please give it a like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and comment below. And yeah, I post videos on Sundays, so come back next Sunday for another video. And if you want to connect with me, I am on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, thanks for watching.